What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Fourth Thought, aka the Ghetto Guru. And you know what I'm talking about. We back for another one, another video. It's all fun and games until you're on another motherfucking plane. You know what I'm talking about? No, I was just playing. But yeah, life after life. You ain't talking about life after life. Yeah, but not for real though. Let me stop being stupid. We talking about life after life. Could say life after death, but death doesn't exist. So why would I say that? But it's life after life. That's all you're doing. Life after life after life. Look, it's life after life after life. So you leave this reality. You go to another reality. You live in that reality for a cool little minute. You reincarnate, maybe, if you want to come back. And you come back. So all you're doing is living. You just living, 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 living. Let me tell you something. If I could see this stuff, experience these things, you can too. Because I ain't special. I might be a little special, but I ain't special. So it ain't nothing that I can do that you can't do. You just have to figure out what it is that triggers you to do what you do. Now, I know a lot of people will be like, what's the purpose of this stuff? What's the purpose of having out-of-body experiences? What is it? Like, what do you gain from it? You gain insight. And the purpose is knowing who you are. What's the goal? The goal is just to let everybody else know that they can see what their purpose may be. And their purpose might be the same thing. Just learn. It's all, we all in this to learn and gather information. Think about this. Let's say you're a baby soul and you came in. You've never been incarnated into a reality. You've never experienced physical reality at all. You came in as a baby for the first time. You gathered your information. You had a fairly decent life. It was okay. You had a good family. You was raised right. And you passed away at a young age or something. You came in and you left. That's basically what you did. You said, I want to experience it, but I don't want to be there for long. I'm going to go in, I'm come out. Now, when you come out, you come back. You left the video game. You took the headset off. You were like, hold up. That VR game, that was pretty cool. Wow. I felt like I was there forever. But I wasn't. You took it off and you put it back down. And I fell in love. I had kids. I was eating all kinds of food. I got beat up like 17 times. I beat up one person. Damn, that's crazy. I made love. All kind of stuff. This is amazing. I was indoctrinated. Wow. And then all this happened, and I wake up and I'm back here where it all started. I want to do that again. But this time, I think I want to go through a little bit more, something a little more harder so I can experience more. But I want to live a little longer this time. I don't want to exit so fast. I was only 25. I want to live a little longer. Let me go to about 50. At least 50, that might be. Because if that felt long, imagine how long 50 gonna feel. Yeah, I'm gonna do 50. You go back, you wanted to live a harder life. This life, you went to this next life and you was like, you know what? You ended up being a whole gang member. You was in there thugging, just doing all kind of stuff. If I threw up something and it's a gang member in here, I apologize. But you was a whole gang member. You was in shootouts. You was selling drugs. You wanted to live a hard life. You went to prison at the age of 18, and you end up dying in prison. So your whole life you lived your life and you experienced prison. All the worst things in prison that you will ever experience. Life was horrible. You experienced a lot. You learned a lot. You never really got to really be have the family with the kids and the loving home that you thought you was gonna have. But in this life, when you was in it, you was like, this is some bug crap. My life is horrible. I didn't choose this. My mother should have never birthed me. Why did she do this to me? Why? Whole time it was you. You chose to come back. Your mama chose to be your mother in this life. She was your sister in the other life. But she chose to be your mama in this life. And now you crying in the cell on your last meal. Oh my God, why did I choose this? I mean, why did my mama choose to give birth to me? And then you die. Oh, you so-called, because it don't exist. You leave your vessel and you go back and you take the headset back off and you like, hold up. Okay, now I remember. That was crazy. Yo, I was in prison. Pelican Bay. Shoe program. I was in Pelican Bay. I didn't fall in love this time. This time I was washing drawers in a sink. They wasn't even mine. Somebody gave me a honey bun. And it was over with ever since then. I was through with it. I was tying my shirt in a knot. Everything. They had me modeling down. That life was horrible. I don't want to ever, you know what? But that was crazy though. Because it felt like forever while I was there. But I wasn't there for that long. That's crazy. I'm going to do that again. But this time, I want to be a little bit more successful. I want a family and all that stuff. You go and you say, I'm going to do it again, but I want to be a little more successful. I want to live a better life. I want a family. I want to live a better life. I want to be a more successful person. You go back. You live out your life and you're very successful. You end up being a rapper. You're very successful. But you say you want to live a fairly decent life, a long life. You lived a good life. As far as like, you wasn't in prison your whole life. You was a rapper. You had money. You had fame. But you was depressed all the time. But you was successful. You was depressed. You didn't know who to trust. You didn't know who really loved you for you because you had all this money, but you didn't have no real connection to other people because everybody was using you. But you had kids. Them the only people you felt like you could love. They got older, and then they only used you for money. So you lived your whole life out and you get out, but it's like you start getting to a point where it's like, I lived all these lives. I've learned all these lessons. And you keep living these lives and you keep trying to learn and learn and learn. And that's what we all doing. We all living these lives to learn and learn and learn because we are all aspects of God. We are all God. It's like God spread himself. He blew up all his little sparks. We are all little sparks of God. We all connected. So we all just came out to experience, bring back, then create. You creating realities. Every time your mind right now, you might be thinking of, you might went to sleep last night and was sitting there thinking like, well, it'd be cool to be like on a spaceship, just traveling, traveling around the galaxy or traveling to other dimensions and planets or whatever. Just traveling and stuff, going through little war. You might have created a whole reality. And in your next life, you fucking around living that mother. But we are all co-creators. We are creating realities. I remember one time I created a whole, now I ain't gonna say a whole, but this was a long time ago and it was trippy to me because I was outside. I came out my body, I went outside and I just looked up into space. And as you know, when you look into space, I looked up in the sky at the clouds and stuff. And when you look up in the clouds, you just, you gotta get a little, I'm looking up there, I'm looking at the clouds and then the clouds start, I look at the clouds, I put my hand up like this. Cause I'm like, you know how when you was a kid, you would sit down and you would look at the clouds and they turn to animals, they're turning this and that. I'm looking at the clouds and I started imagining things and they started to turn into them. And I'm like, what the? So I'm looking and I started imagining when you out your body, it's like your mind is so sharp. Like you can think of stuff so fast. Like I'm I'm like setting the blueprints. Like now, I ain't no engineer. I'm not somebody who could look at something. Now, I can draw, but I'm not somebody who could be like, this is gonna be 12 feet over here. This is gonna be 10 feet. This is gonna be whoop, 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 whoop. I'm not that type of guy. But I'm looking up in the sky. I start creating buildings, buildings, all in the sky from the clouds. The clouds was forming into buildings, streets, trees, all kind of stuff. And I'm doing this, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. Whole time I'm doing it, I'm just doing it because I'm thinking it's cool. Next you know, it was complete. It was done. And it was like I was looking at it as if from a, like how you would, if you was to fly up and then look down. That's how I was looking at this that I just created. Next you know, I ended up flying down towards it. Like I'm like, whew. I started flying down towards it. I'm flying down towards it, and I'm looking, and I'm like, hold up, did I just make this? Did I just create this? Now I'm seeing babies being born. Like, but no bullshit. I'm seeing babies being born. I'm flying past people. They can't see me. I'm looking at them. I'm looking at the streets, and it's like everything is moving in a fast, almost like a fast forward. It was moving like fast, like I had pushed fast forward or something. It was just like cars moving, babies being born, this and that and that. And I had, when I went down there, I had to like slow down time. Like, hold up, boom. I don't know how I did it. So don't get me to sit up here and start lying to you. But I had to slow things down. Like, hold up. And I'm sitting, I'm looking. I'm flying past people. I'm touching their head and stuff. Like, oh, this is crazy. Did I make these people? I'm like, they having babies and like, you don't see, like a lot of times you in the out of body, you don't see nobody having no baby. Like that's kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, did I just create a whole reality? Like, did I do that? And it's possible. And it's possible that you might do that. Now, when it comes to life after death, if you're somebody who's still stuck in this matrical, you know, this matrix concept of life after death, when you die, there's possibilities that you will not be stuck, but some people, when they pass away, they do not want to move on. And this is why this is important for you to understand and know about outer bodies and how to have outer bodies. Because what people don't think about is that some people, they never experienced the outer body experience. So the time for them to exit this vessel, anything can be brought up, fears that they have not got over. So when some people pass away, they pass away and they automatically, when they leave their body, they get scared. And what does that, what does fear bring? Just ask yourself that in your side. Because I don't really want to talk about like negative type situations that could transpire, but I'm going to let you guess in your mind what can transpire once you leave your body and you have a negative thought. You know what I'm saying? It's a gnat flying around this motherfucker, and it is pissing me the fuck off. Why is it one gnat in my house? I ain't even got no fruits. All right, let me stop. But there's, see, that's the ADHD kicking in. But there's people that will get afraid. As soon as they come out, they don't know because it's unknown to them. They just, because not every time people pass away, when they leave their physical body, they gain all the information of, this is what this is. Nope, they be so attached to this physical reality that they don't even integrate into their, like they don't transition the way that they should. When they leave their body, they so attached to this physical reality that they don't want to be dead, basically. Because they like, oh no, did I just die? I don't want to die. Why am I dead? Oh no. Oh, what's going to happen? I'm going to go to heaven or hell? Oh Lord, no Jesus. Please, no. Allah, Buddha, come Krishna. Nah, just stop. But they're going to start panicking. And what's gonna happen? They're gonna be running around. They don't want to see nothing. They don't want to. They're gonna be trying to follow people. They're gonna be attaching, not what's attaching. They're gonna be trying to stick around their family members because they don't want to die. They be basically they're not trapped here. It's just that they do not want to leave. These guys will try to come and help them, but they gonna be, I don't want. I'm not. I'm dreaming. I don't want. I don't want to go. So it's important for you to understand who you are before you leave this earth. And really, some people that you see now that's waking up and getting into like they understand what's going on, like with the outer bodies and all these things. It was just basically time for them to get to that point where they understood. In a past life, they might have not even took this step. They probably was lost just like some of the other people that was here. Like, but it is very important, especially if you one of the people like me. Like, I'm goofy and all that stuff, but at the same time, when it comes to incarnating back in this day, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Like if I passed away today, and I was in front of God, and He was like, "You want to go back?" In my mind right now, the way I think, I'd be like, "No, nope." Now I had an out of body, and I went to this place that was so beautiful, so lovely. I was swimming in a pool that looked like clouds and liquid, and there was other people and beings and whatever swimming in this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I made it home. Yes. Oh Lord, I'm swimming, and there's this girl, she calls us, she like, it's almost time for you to go. And I'm like, hey, hey. And they're like, nah, I don't want to go back. She said, like, it's okay. You got to go back, though, And I'm like, what you mean I got to go back? Then this older guy come back. He like, all right, come on. And I'm like, I don't want to go back. He like, why you don't want to go back? I said, it ain't nothing but suffering down there. I don't want to go back. I don't. When you was a little kid, you start crying and you do that little, That's how I was doing. I don't want to go back. He made me go back. Long story short, he made me go back. I was kicking and screaming. I was like, I don't want to go back. It's nothing but suffering down there. People killing each other. It's starvation. Government is controlling everybody. It's just everything is wrong. I want to be home. And they said, you got to go back. He said, it's a privilege to be able to live there and learn and experience and teach and listen and stuff, all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't care about none of that. They can figure this shit out themselves. I don't want to go back. And they sent my ass back straight through a portal. And I was back in my body like this. Like a crackhead. I gotta go back out my body. I gotta get back. Pookie. All right, I'm gonna stop. See, I ain't gonna watch my video because I just on here on another level of stupidity. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you the truth, man. There's so much out there that you don't understand, that you need to understand. This reality is just not it, but it's it. Because we might think that we're like I'm saying right now, I don't want to go back. You'll know for sure. Once you leave this body, you'll know for sure if you want to come back. Because it's basically like getting out of a video game. You're going to leave your body, you're going to come out, and you're like, damn. I want to go back. That was kind of cool. That was a video game. That's nice. Or you might want to experience another type of life. I've had so many past lives. I've had lives where I had children. I had lives where I was the bad guy. I had lives where I was the good guy. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll be honest with you. Like, I know a lot of people be like, I was a pharaoh, I was a king, I was this, I was that. I was a piece of shit. I've seen myself in so many lives where I was a piece of shit that I can't even. Now I've seen some lives where I was like really good. But them ones that where I was a pieces of shit, them lives, boy, when they talk about, I was legendary. I was a legendary ain't shit MFer. I ain't trying to curse like that, but I be cursing on the other side too. But yeah, I've lived so many lives. I've had somewhere I would have family members, like kids. So many family. Sound like I heard somebody outside my window. But maybe you think it. Okay, I had to check. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to see this in the video. I apologize. Because I don't like people be coming up to my place. You know what I'm saying? I'm a loner and I'm a little slow. I get to acting ignorant. Nah, I'm playing. But yeah, I had family. One time I had experienced, well, multiple times I've experienced whole lives where I had family and all sorts of, like, to the point where it was so, the feeling, the attachment to that family was so deep. When I passed, I woke up in my bed just crying because one life I had like 3 daughters, and when I woke up, I was like still that person that was in that past life, or that, I ain't gonna say past life, it was that other life. I was still that person. And I was like, oh man, I left my daughters. I was so upset, bro. I was crying. It was tears coming down my face. And I've cried so many times in out-of-body experiences. Because one thing about an out-of-body experience is, like, when an emotion hits you in an out-of-body, it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. It's like you ain't going to be able to stop it. You'll see a butterfly in the out-of-body, and it looks so beautiful. You mess around and start crying. You be, oh my God, the butterfly. Oh, I had a past life. And, you know, like, this is going to be something crazy. Not really crazy, but I had a past life where I had a brother that was a homosexual. And I was watching his past life, and I was very judgmental. I believe I was. This is what I'm just assuming. But I would joke with him so much. And not even that I was judgmental, but I would just joke with him so much. And he was doing something, and it was like sassy. He was like, you know, it was like sassy. And in a dream, while I was watching it, I said watching it, while I was in it, because I was experiencing this. I walked past him while he was doing it. I said, boy, if you'll get your little sassy tail. I said something to the fact where it was like I was insulting him in a joking way. And when I was walking off, like, I was just joking, but I'm walking off, I felt what he felt when I said what I said, and he was so, like, hurt to the fact it made me cry. And I went and apologized to him, like, man, I'm sorry, bro. I was just joking with you. Like, I hope you, like, don't take that serious. And I woke up crying, and that's something that was so small. And that's another thing, bro. If you made it to this part of the video and you about to hear what I'm about to say, this is about to be the end of what I'm about to say. But this was something that I figured, I mean, I ain't gonna say it's true or not, but I understood at a young age of having these experiences. I said understood, but this is something that I believed, because you live all these lives, and some of these lives you are a woman. Some of these lives you are a man. Some of these lives you might be something else. And I remember growing up in school, it would be in elementary, from kindergarten, it would be other little boys that was already feminine. Like, and I used to be like, why is they like that already? Like, nothing happened to them. But when I started having out of bodies, I started saying, dang, you know what? Some of them are not, they might have been a woman in a past life. And when they came back, they wanted to experience what it was like to be a man. But that past life integrated into who they were. So it's like they didn't get rid of all that feminine energy or that woman that they used to be. When they came to be a man, they still was basically like this woman, but in a man's body. So it's like, even though they made this contract or they made this deal, or I want to come back and I want to be a man, I want to experience what it's like to be a man. They came back with the mind of a woman. Now, I'm not saying that what I'm saying is facts. And I'm not saying it's true, and I'm not saying it's wrong, and I'm not saying it's right. But what I'm saying is that made perfect sense to me when I was thinking about it at a younger age. And right now, it still kind of makes perfect sense to me in some cases. I'm just saying. But with all that rambling and that not saying anything, and I hope you gain something from the my stupidity. Have a amazing day. Safe travels. Go see something else. Come out your body. If you, like I said in the beginning, if I could do it, you can do it. Go be great. Go laugh. Go slap somebody in traffic. No, I'm just playing. Don't do that. But have a good day.